What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Esports Talk. And earlier in the week, one of League's most beloved streamers and former pros, Voyboy, uploaded a YouTube video regarding the level of toxicity in the game, specifically in solo queue, because he thinks that the state of the community and the game has just gotten worse over time. And he says that these past 5 months of Season 10 have been the worst experience of his life in League. And the video was uploaded on Monday, but I'm going to show you guys some of what Voyboy said, just for those who haven't seen it yet.
And I wanted to talk to you guys about something that has really been weighing on my chest for a while now, actually a few years. And you know, it's something that has been progressively getting worse and worse and worse every year, every season. I see more people talking about it, more players affected by it, and Riot, unfortunately, hasn't done anything substantial to address the problems. Essentially, if you guys have been playing League or paying attention, there's a lot of problems, right? The game's not perfect, but regardless of like balance or metas or stuff like that, the state of the community and the player base has gotten progressively worse over time. And I know this for a fact. I obviously don't work at Riot. I don't have the statistics, the numbers to back it up, but I think you can ask almost anyone and you know, you will get a resounding agreement that the player base has become more toxic, a lot more griefers, a lot more people just like straight up running it down, inting games, going AFK because, you know, someone annoyed them or whatever, even regardless of a reason. And this has just been getting worse and worse and worse every year. No one is scared of getting banned. No one is scared of, you know, being barred from solo queue, because Riot has really made it clear through their actions, through their lack of, you know, vocalization on these points, on these matters, on the growing problems that the player base has been experiencing, that I've been experiencing, that so many other people have been experiencing, that they don't really care. Like, if they did care, they would have done something by now. They would address these problems as they've been mounting, as they've been snowballing, as they've been building up over the last, you know, few years, and until to the point now where I truly believe it's hit a critical mass where the player base is upset, frustrated. There are people who just, you know, don't care, run into games, grief it down, run, like, troll people, get revenge, like, and unless you type a bad word, unless you actually type something where an automated filter catches you saying a bigoted word or being offensive, you're not going to get in trouble. 99.9% people that have griefed my games this season, I've played with them again, I've seen them again, they never get banned, I see them on their accounts playing games. Like, it's so trolled that people have no fear of just completely ruining the player experience for ranked solo queue, even at like a challenger level, right? And they don't have to fear the consequences. I have basically had the worst experience of my life in the last 10 years of playing League in the last like 5 months of Season 10.
And Voyboy's video is almost 10 minutes long, so I will leave a link to it down in the description in case you guys want to watch it for yourself. But this has been kind of a long-standing issue in League for a while now. I'm sure many of us can agree and attest to this. I'm sure many of us are very familiar with toxicity in this game. And this game, along with a few others, are kind of notorious for having a toxic player base, especially when you're a challenger level player and you're a big streamer like Voy. I'm sure it gets even worse because you're constantly waiting in 30-minute queues, or at least 30-minute queues, just for someone to grief or dodge in the champion select, and then you're just a big streamer, so you're just a target for toxicity and griefing in the first place. And when someone like Voy, who's been playing this game for 10 years, says that it's the worst it's ever been, that probably means something. But Riot's Riv actually responded to his complaints during a stream of his, and apparently they're working on it.
Also, yes, Voyboy has released a video recently, kind of made waves going out onto the internet. Voyboy has been a long-standing member of the League community, and he's somebody who has really taken everything in stride that he, as a streamer and a player, has gone through, and has spoken out recently kind of about toxicity in his games and how that's being approached. And we can assure you here at Riot that that is something that's taken very seriously. We are always watching. We are always iterating on that process. And the team is you know, working around the clock to make sure that is something that can be resolved in a timely manner. So be sure that we are on the case, and hopefully it is something that brings a better quality of life in that area in the future. So Voyboy, we hear you, man. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for your commitment to League over the years.
So it's obviously good to hear that Riot is working towards solving League's toxicity issue, but my question is, what are they going to do at this point to solve toxicity that they have not done in the past 10 years? Like, I'm sure it's probably really difficult or even impossible to write an algorithm that can detect griefing and toxicity like 100% of the time. So a lot of the times it would probably come down to Riot employees hand-picking cases of toxicity, which is obviously not a very efficient system considering just how large League's player base is and just how much of that player base is actually toxic. they're gonna need something new. But it's also a tough spot for Riot because obviously they don't want their game to have a toxic player base, so they're put in a position where it's unrealistic to expect them to be able to deal with every single toxic person. So how would you guys go about this? Because realistically, the issue is not so much that the punishments aren't severe enough, but it's just the fact that so many toxic people slip by with receiving no punishment whatsoever. So maybe Riot needs to actually maybe add more people to their player dynamics and behavior team, or somehow create a more intuitive system that can detect griefing and toxicity better, which would be really hard to perfect, but something needs to be done. And as for us, I think we can all agree, or most of us can agree, that League's community and League's player base is generally pretty toxic, and it's not just League. But would you guys say that it's gotten worse over the years, and what do you think Riot should do to solve this issue? Because it's kind of a tough case to crack, but when one of your longest players and longest streamers of League of Legends, Voyboy, who's dealt with toxicity all throughout his career, so you would think that he's kind of desensitized to it at this point, yeah, when he's complaining, that's an issue. That's an issue. Voyboy's a really nice guy too. He does not deserve this. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and hey guys, please leave a like because that helps this channel out. We're trying to grow. We appreciate all the support and all the love you guys are giving us. So if you guys could leave a like, that would really help us out. But of course, again, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.